Welcome to Weapons Education. I'd like to discuss the company of Sig Sauer. I know a lot of you are really huge fans of Sig, the way I am. So I figured I would do an educational video on both the company and a little bit on guns, but mostly the company of Sig Sauer and how they were formatted, and way back to 1853. It's a pretty cool story. Let me show you what I have here on the table. I just grabbed a couple things out of the vault, and I'd like your input on this one, by the way, because I need to get a scope on this and rifle it in. This is a 5.56, okay, and what Sig did with this 5.56 is, with their gas system, at least what they claim is they reduce weight, all right, compared to ARs. But this Sig 5.56, I'll be shooting next week at the range, outdoor range. What scope should I get for this? You can talk to me about that, and get it rifled in. All right. So I just love Sig. This whole video is about Sig Sauer. This SWAT, well, nothing much to be said about this except it's a pistol. How cool is this? A lot of people ask me, if you had just one gun, Tom, if somehow, for some reason, you were just left with one gun, some possibility, what would it be? It just might be this puppy here. A 5.56 pistol for everything. Personal protection. I don't know. It's not going to happen, but that's just talking out loud. Okay, now another Sig I threw here is Mosquito. Oh, my favorite when I go to the range. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. How could you not like shooting this Mosquito 22, which has basically never failed on me? You shoot your CCI mags and just $6, $7, $8 per 100 rounds. You're good to go. So I'm just showing you some guns. Now, of 1911s, this Sig Sauer, this 1911 new for 2011 has to be one of my favorites. You know, I got the Ed Brown and all these other 1911s. I must say I shoot this among the best, if not the best, for real. This might be my favorite 1911, and that's a big statement. So I do like the company Sig Sauer. So that's what we're going to talk about. This is the couple of guns on the table, not really in detail, but more importantly, we're going to get into the history. I have some talking points here typed up. Now, this gun here is a Sig Equinox. Beautiful. Just all these different color. Can you please zoom in on? My wife is here. Say hello.
Hi everybody.
Thank you so much. I know it's late. I'm always asking her to do this for me, and I appreciate it. But look how beautiful that gun is. I'm going to show you both sides. This gun in particular. It's designed to both not reflect during the day and not reflect during the night. It's called the Equinox series. It's a limited edition. You never know. The top of the slide is serrated. It's really trick. This gun, it's just a whole other story. I mean, I don't know. These two Sigs right here, the 1911 and this Sig P220, 45 cals. These, if this don't knock your socks off, I don't know what will. Okay, here's my wife's gun. Here's my wife's. You love your 380, don't you, honey?
Sure.
Zoom in real close. And that fits perfectly in your purse, and we got a little holster for you now, custom made from our friend that we are dealers for now. And as far as holsters, by the way, we got the bomb. Just, you'll see when the store opens next week. Gosh, this is the deal. It takes 3-4 weeks, but when you have a holster for life, it's worth it. And how do you like your new holster?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It doesn't hurt your waist, and it's safe as far as children and things like that, and it's just absolutely perfect. But this is a little 380. This is the rainbow titanium finish. I just love this. Now this Sig is a 22, full-size 22. I spoke about this in the past. The 226, the P226. And the reason why I actually bought this direct. This is not a conversion kit. I bought this direct because I wanted a .22 that's inexpensive to shoot at the range. I can go shoot 300-400 rounds and not spend a bunch of money on ammo. Maybe 30 bucks tops on ammo, and have a full-size firearm to practice. So when I have a full-size firearm like a .45 in my hands, it feels the same. So it's an inexpensive way to practice for a .45. And the kick on these are pretty potent. It's fun. Alright, so I showed you what's on the table. I only pulled a couple of my SIGs out. This is about half. I got a lot of surprises on the horizon. Now, let's talk about the company of Sig Sauer. Let's talk about the history and the bright minds that made up the company of Sig. And it goes back to 1853. And excuse me because I'm going to be looking at my talking points here. And I don't want to mispronounce anybody's names because these are brilliant minds who really basically made a brilliant company. Way back in 1853, Frederick, Heinrich, and Conrad, they were building wagons like for horses, and they were also building trains, railway cars. And they started making some money in a city called Rhines Falls, Switzerland. So Sig, S-I-G, there's two names to Sig, Sig Sauer. S-I-G is the Switzerland portion of Sig, and that they're the founders, ultimately, of Sig Sauer. And it goes back to the 1850s. And what happened was they started making money with the railway cars and their wagons. But then what happened was they started building small arms, which was cool, great, everything's going good. Military defense put out a huge challenge to all gun manufacturers across the world and said, we want 30,000 muskets, super high-end muskets, all in Switzerland. So what Sig did was they developed them. These three men in Switzerland developed a musket and they won the bid. First place. 30,000 muskets, they got the order, and that put them on the map. Now they're rocking and rolling up with a different country. So, I want to clarify that. In 1970, the three gentlemen from Switzerland had to partner up with a different country, and that's when they found Mr. Sauer. It's a long story. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. And then Sig Arms was developed. Now they have their huge manufacturing section in Exeter, New Hampshire. I mean, this place is huge. You can go there for personal training if you wish. And since 1970 and then to 1985, they've really grown to be a huge company. But particularly in 2007, they put $18 million into the Exeter, New Hampshire facility. Sig right now, and I want to get the numbers right here, Sig right now is the fastest growing firearms manufacturer in America. They've actually, in the last 36 months, have grown more than any other gun manufacturer in the United States from Exeter, New Hampshire. They created a lot of jobs, they've done a lot of good things, they create awesome firearms, and I would just like your input. That was just my little take tonight on Sig Sauer, and I know there's a lot of Sig fans out there. I appreciate it. I'm a huge Sig fan. And that was just my little 2 cents on a little background of the company, plus some of the guns that I like that they make. Super high quality, not inexpensive. They're pricey, but you know, you get what you pay for. To me, This 1911, I'm going to say it again, this Sig 1911, everyone always says to me, which 1911 should I get? You know, like $1,200 or so in that price range, 1,000, 1,200. This is it, baby. Or maybe the Smith & Wesson. There's a lot of good ones. I don't want to, you know, just, there's a lot of good ones. The Colts are good. They're all good. But this Sig, I shoot really well. And of course, the Ed Brown's at another level. But this is pretty sweet. All right, checking out for now. And I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. A lot of really great surprises. Say goodbye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
And thank you so much. And please subscribe. Checking out. Bye-bye.